I'm going to give you my personal productivity routine that's allowed me to sell over 200 million online. It took me years to develop. Many people spend thousands on courses and mentoring, or also spend years trying to figure it out, but I'm going to break it all down for free in this video. But you've got to have the attention span to actually sit down and listen. If you can sit down and watch this for 10 minutes, then it could genuinely make you millions of dollars. Some of the best things I've ever learned are from 10-minute YouTube videos, believe it or not. So if you can't sit through a 10-minute video, then I'm sorry, I can't help you. I'm not here to hold your hand. And this is coming from someone who I genuinely thought I had ADHD for the majority of my life because I couldn't focus on anything. I used to go out drinking every single weekend. I used to smoke vapes. I used to get up at different times throughout the day. But I built this productivity routine as essentially non-negotiable, and that's allowed me to build multiple now multi-million-pound businesses. I've worked exclusively online from my laptop for the past 5 years, traveled halfway around the world, and I've actually got a base in Bali, and I've lived here for the past 2 years. And most importantly, what a lot of online entrepreneurs won't tell you is that I genuinely enjoy my life, and I put it all down to my routine and the level of productivity that I operate at. So let's get into it. Most people nowadays are trying to hack their way to success with little productivity hacks, but at the same time, the environment and where they are is actively slowing them down. That's like trying to run a marathon with a broken leg. So what makes up your environment? The first thing that makes up your environment is people, right? I don't care if they're your friend, I don't care if they're a family member, you need to cut toxic people out of your life. If they're negative, if they make fun of your goals, if you feel when you come away from a conversation with them that your energy is drained. If there is someone that comes to mind when I say this, who do you text all the time and when their name pops up, you get like a bit of anxiety? If you have someone like that in your life, they've got to go. We are only on this planet for a limited amount of time. Do not waste it texting someone who you don't really care about and just wasting time. I promise you, as soon as they're out of your life, you'll feel so much better. Try to surround yourself with people that are chasing goals, that are in the same headspace as you. I know it's easier said than done. I'm from a place called Blackburn in England where there isn't really an entrepreneurial community, but that's exactly why I moved to Bali, because I needed to be around people that were sort of on the same wavelength as me and had the same mission, because otherwise it would be very easy for me to just fall into the trap of thinking that I was doing okay and just a boring standard routine. The circle of friends that I'm in now, I'd say like my 3 closest friends here in Bali are all doing 6-figure months. They've all got crazy mindsets. They all train twice a day. So guess how I feel when I'm slacking off? I feel like I'm falling behind. I know it's so cliche, right? But ultimately, your environment literally shapes your standards. Now, what else comes into environment? Ultimately, where you live. If you hate where you live, you're not going to be productive. Move somewhere you want to live. If you don't like living in the UK, get out ASAP. The biggest shift in my happiness and how much I enjoy my life is when I made that jump. And one of my only regrets in life is that I did not do it sooner. You're not missing out on anything. Just leave, go to the place that first comes to your mind, that maybe you went on vacation there and you enjoyed. It definitely doesn't have to be Bali. Believe me, we've got enough digital nomads here to sink a ship. Just go somewhere that does not drain your energy. And the third thing that shapes your environment is the activities and the things that you do. If you want to go certain places, you've got to start getting used to saying no to certain things. I remember when I was like 17, 18, 19, just before I got into sales, my entire day was full. And it was full of going to see certain family members, running errands for people, going to see a friend on his birthday, going to the supermarket for myself or for someone else, speaking to someone at the gym for 2 hours. Your day can just get filled with bullshit. So you have to be really clear on the things that you allow into your life and the things that you don't. And if you feel like they are taking you further away from your goal, or at least keeping you stagnant, then just don't do them. On top of that, that brings into play things like what you do at weekend, right? If you're from England, you likely go out drinking every weekend. I cannot tell you how much this is fucking your life up, because I have been there for probably about 5 years. When I was working in sales, when I had my sales business, I went out every weekend, at least once, like on a Friday or a Saturday. And I either went out for a meal or even just a couple of drinks with friends, or in some scenarios, I'd go out and stay out till 4 o'clock in the morning, right? You are living your life on like 60%, not 80, not you feel a bit rough today. When you don't drink for a month, your life will change and you will not want to go back. Now, on the odd time that I'll go out and having a couple of drinks, I honestly hate it because I'm that used to feeling a certain way and operating a certain way that I can feel that I'm at like 50-60% for like a week after I've been out. Cut out all vices, even nicotine. That's why they were in the thumbnail, because I've struggled with nicotine. I've always used nicotine because I thought it made me more productive, and it does, short term, for like an hour. And then guess what? You need more of it. So you're just like rinsing your glands, your brain, whatever. So the second you come off them, you just tank, and it's spiking like dopamine levels and all sorts. You're better off just having like a consistent source of energy that comes from not partying, getting good sleep, not abusing too many stimulants. I'm not going to sit here and say don't drink coffee, because I still drink shitloads of coffee. And to be honest, it works fine for me. So another big part of our environment are the choices that we make, right? So things like what you're wearing, what are you training, what are you eating? And even for some people, where are you working? If you're going to simplify those 4 things, wear the same thing Monday to Friday. Just get like I do, 5 black t-shirts and 5 black vests. Eat the same food that you like pretty much every single day. Do the same workout routines Monday to Friday, and train at the same place at the same day, and have a dedicated workspace that you go to work every day. Just those small tweaks over a week, it's going to increase your productivity because you've got a certain beat of the week, and it's going to keep you consistent, but it's also going to reduce any like choice fatigue. Like I'm sure for me, I can sometimes sit on the app that I order food on for like half an hour, and it drives me insane. So I just simplify it. I eat the same thing every day. Or a particular thing you want to wear, you can't find it, and you're spending 20 minutes, 30 minutes running around looking for something that you wanted to wear. If you just find something that you like to wear and just replicate it 5 days, you're going to have so much more time, reduce any choice fatigue, and fix that whole picture. Most people fail at productivity because they're trying to fix something that's broken. If you fix your environment first to begin with, that's 80% of the battle, and then we can speak about the rest. Step 2, your phone is your worst enemy. Let me guess. Wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is check all your notifications and check social media. And before you know it, you've spent your entire morning on your phone scrolling through social media. Your phone is basically designed to hardwire your attention system. So if you set a precedent that that's how you're going to run the rest of your day, guess what? The rest of your day is going to look like that. It's going to look messy, it's going to look unfocused, it's going to look easily distracted. I'm going to be releasing a video soon, if it's not out already, on my morning journaling practice. So give that a try. 20 minutes, 30 minutes before you go on your phone in the morning, do that, and it's going to shift the way that your brain operates for the rest of the day. But a big trick here that I do, I don't not use social media, okay? I have to for my business. But when I am not actively using it, like it's not social media time, basically, then I just delete it altogether. So to be honest, gone are the days where I ever doom scroll. I just don't do it. But if I need to use social media for something, say I'm looking for something, say I'm looking for maybe a new watch or a new tattoo or something like that I want to use social media for, then I will re-download the app and go on it actively. And once I've finished that task or that thing that I was looking for, I just delete it again. Or if I need to go on to post something, I'll re-download it and then delete it again. That just stops that like muscle memory where your thumb just goes to the fucking app every time you're bored. And once you get out of that loop, it might take a month, it might take 2 months, depending on how much of like a heavy user you are, but you'll break that habit. And if we look at that over a year, how many hours is that? Probably hundreds, if not thousands of hours that you could spend doing so much more with your time. Step 3, and this might be really obvious, but use a fucking calendar. If you do not use a calendar, you're basically just shotgunning your life, hoping to remember shit and scrambling around trying to organize chaos, right? You're just reacting to whatever comes up in life, and that's not productivity. I try to time block most things. So let's say I have to shoot some content. I will block that in my calendar for 4 hours on a Tuesday where I just complete that task, complete all my content for that week in those 4 hours. I tend to get sales calls in the evening, so I leave my evenings open, but they're like time blocked for when I do my calls. I block out when my workouts are every single day, so calls aren't getting booked when my workouts are and I miss my workouts. I just block everything down. If I've got a load of like admin focused tasks that are slowly mounting up, then I'll put a 4-hour time block in where I just will complete everything. And often, if things are not scheduled in my calendar right now, they do not happen. Like, I schedule everything. Schedule seeing my friends, I write everything down so I remember everything and everything gets done. And guess what? I'm not scheduling all the other bullshit that comes with life that people often fill their lives with, which in turn has like an inverse effect that I don't spend my time doing shit like that, because every hour is accounted for something that is moving me closer to where I want to go. Because if you don't control your time, someone else will. Step 4 is to sleep like it's your job, like it's part of your job. Because ultimately it is. I don't care what you've read about The Rock or Dwayne Johnson who sleeps 4 hours a night. The chances are that's not you. Try to get 8, if possible 9 hours. I'm still not at the 9-hour mark yet. I do get 8 hours every single night, but if you can get 9 hours, even better. Because listen to a podcast by a guy called Matthew Walker. It's called Sleep. He's also got loads of podcasts out there for those of you who don't have the attention span yet. And he breaks down how important it actually is to get that level of sleep. As in, the decisions that you make could be 50% better. The output that your work output is potentially 40, 50% greater. So it means you're working at double the pace by just having like an extra hour sleep. Now, there's a couple of things that I do to help my sleep. I don't go on my phone an hour before I go to bed. So I usually turn my phone off and put it on charge at about 8 p.m. I will then read for an hour. Now, at night time, I usually read fiction, and I have done since I've probably been 11 years old, because I'm not looking to like activate my brain here. I'm looking to actually shut my brain down a little bit and relax and get into that relaxed state. And for me, fiction is the only way I can actually sleep, to be honest with you. If I'm reading non-fiction, then I usually read it in the day or listen to an audio. But at night time, get into a really good fiction book, and guess what? It actually makes you kind of excited to get in bed and start reading, because it's something to look forward to. And the 5th point, which is a really quick one, first thing in the morning, get sunlight directly into your eyeballs. I know if you're in England, it's fucking really hard. I lived there for most of my life. It's really hard in winter. That's why I don't live there in the winter. But try to get sunlight directly in your eyes first thing in the morning. You'll sleep better, you'll operate better, you'll train better, the works, just do. Step 6 is that your work rate, how successful you are, I will guess directly correlates to what you eat. If you're eating sugary shit all day, if you're not properly hydrated, if you're not having enough protein, you're gonna feel like shit. Your brain is an engine that is fueled by what you eat. So if you're fueling it with shit, you're gonna have a shitty engine. I am quite extreme with my diet. I don't eat anything processed apart from protein powder. That's probably the only processed thing that I actually put into my body. Most meals consist of a protein source, fruit, veg, occasionally rice or potato, sweet potato. That is, on weekends, I'll go out for meals and then I'll sort of eat what I want, but Monday to Friday, that's what I eat. In terms of what I drink, I either have coconut water, coffee, and water. That's it. I try to avoid anything that's going to spike my blood sugar during the day, because once your blood sugar spikes, you're going to tank, you're probably going to need a nap. So I try to keep blood sugar at like a nice base level, and I do that through what I eat. I know this is like basic, simple stuff. I could be here telling you all these hacks to make yourself like 1% more productive or 2% more productive. If you just clean up your diet, you'll be so much more productive than all these bullshit hacks that are online. And that leads me into the final point. Again, this is a basic one. Move your body. If you're sitting at a desk all day just typing away, your brain is not going to work very well. Your body's not going to work very well either. So I don't care how rich you get, you're going to look like shit and you're not going to be able to move properly. I train martial arts pretty much every day, and I also usually lift weights every day as well. And I try to train first thing in the morning. I know some people say, oh, I have a better workout in the afternoon. I do as well. But I'm not looking for the better workout, I'm looking for the better day. And I do that by training early and clearing my head for the day. Getting rid of that like funk first thing in the morning in the brain, and just getting everything working, pumping on all cylinders. Feels like all the blood's pushing around my body, it's pushing to my brain. Everything feels alive. If you don't want to do a really hard workout first thing in the morning, just do something. Go on a 10-minute run. Go and do yoga outside. Do 100 press-ups, 100 squats, 100 pull-ups. Doesn't need to be crazy, but I just think that movement first thing in the morning kickstarts everything for a really good productive. Look, most people will watch this video, like nod along and do nothing. Or they'll be like, yeah, I'll pick that one, I'll pick that one, I'll pick that one. But they're leaving lots of holes in the game. This is my productivity routine that's worked, that's actually got results. But a lot of people will keep scrolling, keep doom scrolling, keep eating shit, keep going to bed late, waking up late, missing workouts. And guess what? A year goes by and you're back on YouTube looking for productivity routines because you've missed the fundamentals. These are the non-negotiables. I'm not here to tell you like some quick fix. These are the staples that you should slot into your life that build the structure forever. It's about building a system that supports the person that you actually want to become. And then showing up every single. So the question is, are you actually going to do this? Your move. Ciao.